Okay, for Form 2, I want to begin with our first topic, that's mapping and relationships. Mapping and relations. So our first question is that in Africa there are several countries with their respective cities, as a mathematics student, write at least 5 of them. I believe those ones you know already. You can state from your geography. So this thing is you're asked to draw an arrow diagram showing the relationship between African countries and their capital cities. So the arrow diagram is basically trying to show a domain and the range with the relation that relates the two. So we can show you. Okay, so after drawing our tables, we write our relation that relates the two. We should be grammatically correct. Let's say capital city 2. Something like that. Then I can try to draw a mapping. So Kampala goes to Uganda. You can put the dots to show. Nairobi, they don't have to be in order. Dodoma goes to Tanzania, then Kigali goes to Rwanda, then Mogadishu goes to Somalia. You should make them straight. Please use a ruler. Yeah, it should be straight. Okay, so something like that. Then we can proceed to our part. So our next part expects you to illustrate what is the domain and what is the range. So basing on our relation, this, the one relating the two, it shows that this is our domain and this is our range. Yeah, this topic is very interesting, most especially when you're dealing with the function part. Okay, so I think that is it. You just have to list the elements in here for the domain, and for the range you just have to list the elements in there. Yes, just like that. Okay, now we move to the part for functions. So if hx equals to that, and that is, I find the value of p. So for functions, just have to, this is from hx equals to px plus 3, just substitute when our x is a 4. So this is 4p plus 3. However, this one they are claiming it is equal to 23. So therefore my 4p equals to plus 3. You can subtract by 3 on both sides. So therefore my 4p equals to 20. So then you divide through by 4. Divide by 4. So therefore my p equals to 5. Something like that. So that's our value of p. So since my p is that, I can rewrite our function for part b. So now the hx I'm using, hx equals to 5x plus 3. So therefore I can find my h0, which is 0 plus 3. So therefore my h0 is a 3. So we can move to our part C. We know that my hx equals now to 5x plus 3. So this is 5x plus 3. So here we're just substituting. Where you see x, you put minus 5. So 5 into minus 5 plus 3. So therefore my h minus 5 is equal to minus 25 plus 3. So therefore this is equal to minus 22. Yes, something like that. Yeah, we can also go through number 3, which is a case study, and this is how your questions in exams will look like. Okay, the first thing is to read the question and understand. You have been told that the National Water and Sewage Corporation provides water to households at a fixed rate of this per month and this per unit of water used. Your brother wants to pay his bills for 4 consecutive months. 4. So I'll note down that. However, he does not know the exact amount of money he has to pay per month. Help your brother to draw a table and clearly show the domain and range for the cost of water, assuming that he used 4, 6, 8, that. So meaning, if I'm to get the cost of water, it's given by the total cost. So you find that I can write an expression like this, because they say that the 3,000 is paid per month, and after that being paid, they have to add 750 Ghana shillings per unit of water used. So no matter, you always have to pay the 3,000, and then you have to compute the total from the liters of water that you spend, which is 750 times the number of months, times the number of units of water. Times the number of units of water, and then this one is per month. Yes, times number of months. Because the 3,000 is paid per month, then on top of that you have to add the amount that you spend, the units of water that you spent. Okay, so how do we get that? So therefore this is going to be, however, we are aware that he pays his bill, he wants to pay his bills for 4 consecutive months, meaning our number of months are 4, so this is supposed to be 3,000 and multiply with 4, because the 4 is fixed, it is not changing. It's the number of units that they have given us and they are changing, times the number of units of water used, something like that. So therefore this is equal to 12,000 plus 750 times, let's say, n, where you have always to, whenever you use a variable, you have to label it, where n in this case is the number, of units of water too. However, they want us to clearly show the domain and the range in this case. So you can use your table in this way. So for n, this, I can compute for each. So if my n equals to 4, I can compute the total cost of water, and it's going to be the 12,000 plus the 750 times the 4. So what do we get? We get, so this is equal to 15,000. You can use your calculator there. Then you can do the rest. Try out the rest. Pause the video and try out the rest and see if we get the same answers. So therefore, you find that total cost of water can be that, our total cost of water can be that for the different number of months, for 10, for 8, for 6. Then we have to do because our question requires us to show clearly the domain and the range. So for this kind of function, our domain is the number of months and our range is the total cost that you get using that specific function. Okay, so the relationship in this case, we can use the function is the one relating these two. So my function is here. Can bring this function So it's the relationship between these two. I can map this maps to this. Something like that. This comes there. Then that also comes there. So whereby this is our domain and this is our range. Okay, thank you for watching. In case you need a book or a copy for these workbooks, you can contact my WhatsApp number. It is there. Okay, have a nice day. Have a good night. Thank you.